Hey, listen. All I see is green, all I see is green, all I see is green. I keep my feet on the gas, I'm like, that's the gas, baby, now, cause we don't ever stop, we don't ever stop, we don't ever stop. We about to make it to the top, they mad, we about to make it to the top, they sad. You better follow me, I keep my feet on the gas, I ain't never stopping. And when them niggas slowing down, we just speed up, we speed up, green light, we don't stop, don't see no red, so we let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss B. Yes, we are live once again, you guys, on Vybez Radio Show podcast. Today, you guys, is our new episode called Meet the People. We're coming back stronger and better than ever, you guys. Today, I have an awesome guest by the name of Kahari Young. If you haven't seen our post, you guys, when you tune in today, guess what? You're going to be amazed. Hey, so we're going to get this show started, you guys. I'm going to wait. But this is only a 30-minute show. So we're going to go ahead and get Kahari up here. Okay. He is in the business. And you are. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Are you able to hear me? Is everything working?
Let
me turn the music off. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Awesome, awesome. How are you doing today?
Very well.
Awesome. Well, I got a lot of questions for you today. Is this your first time doing a podcast?
Oh, yeah.
So I am popping your podcast, Cherry.
Yeah.
Yes. I have been flooding timelines with your poetry because I listen to a lot of poetry, but never as strong as, like, your poetry is more like lessons that people can learn from, things that people need to really be focused, you know? It's not just like when I meditate and I'm just saying stuff. So you do have a strong presence when you do your poetry, and I love it. So I have a lot of questions today for you, but before we get started, I want you to tell the people where you are from and how they can follow you.
Okay. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and you can follow me on YouTube at Kahari the Poet.
I didn't know you was from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, kudos to that. I bet you didn't know. That was also from Tennessee. Yes, yes. But I'm from a little small town outside of Tennessee. It's called Dyersburg, Tennessee, but we do collab a lot with Memphis. So that's good to know. I knew it was a reason I liked you. So, Kahari, I'm going to go straight into these questions. Usually I do random questions, but I wanted to touch bases on a lot of different stuff. So I got questions for you that I wrote down. So you should feel special. Okay, now you're a talented poet. Tell me what age did you know that you were good at poetry, that you wanted to actually make it something that's a habit for you?
I say during my senior year of high school, I shared my poetry with my physics teacher. She broke down in tears.
What?
Yeah, she told me I was a very touchy guy. She was like, please stick to poetry.
Yes. So since high school, you've been doing poetry.
Yes.
The way that you speak and you're so intellectually developed, your mind is 100 years more than some of us at your age. You think so far ahead and you touch on things that it do really touch. I was watching the poem on your YouTube and I just went in a daze because I was like, is he talking about me? And I was like, go back. Because I like listening to stuff like that because I want to get a strong connection. I love poetry and I love people that touch on stuff that actually touch you without even trying to, and that's the present you give. When I first met you, you just went on stage and we was like, oh, okay. But then we heard you talk. Everybody was turned around when you went on stage. I'm not gonna lie. And then when you got up there and you started talking, it was like, oh, okay. Everybody starts turning around. So you have a powerful voice, and it's amazing. So another question. Is poetry a career or is it a hobby for you? Meaning, do you do this for pay or is it for fun or both?
It's a hobby for me, but I take it seriously like it is a career.
Awesome. Awesome. A lot of people that do this, they say that they give up on it, like not just in poetry, in music, in the industry period of trying to show your true self. They give up on it because people aren't really connecting with them. They feel like they don't have the audience that they're looking for. Have you ever seem like you have that type of problem?
Hmm. Originally, I did, but once I did further research, I realized that poetry is more intimate. To me, that's what makes it more valuable.
Yes.
Quality audience over a quantity
There you
audience.
go. There you go. Because I feel like once you take the money and the finance part out of it, and really focus on your why. I feel like everything else would just come in place for you. Like my podcast, I feel like my why is because I like helping people, like talking to people. I feel like the money will come.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't feel like that. Well, everybody don't have tough skin, or so that's awesome. That you do it because you like it. You never should do something because of the money, because it's going to take you places that you never would have been if you would have stayed focused. So that's awesome. All right, another question. Have you ever mixed your poetry with music? And if so, who would you collab?
Ooh, I mixed it with music before. I love mixing it to like the classic 90s, thousands R&B
Mm,
pop songs.
I can see you with Common.
Coming, that's one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah, I can see you. Like I can see your poetry with Common, with what's his name? Lupe. A lot of artists that are actually making sense. You feel me?
Definitely.
Yes. And another thing I heard that people are doing, they're registering like their voices on these different type of reality shows.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can find the right one for your type of poetry, you should look into that.
Hey, thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah, not like the Bad Girls Club and then like that, but no, there's some reality shows out here that I feel like your poetry could fit in,
Thank
you know. And there's nothing to do but to Google or follow Jay Nolan. He got all the juice. Another question for you. Tell me if you don't want to answer these questions or if you want to go to the next question, okay?
you. All right.
All right. What type of style of poetry do you think you have?
Hmm. I say intellectual,
Mm-hmm.
romantic, self
Definitely.
self confessional, therapeutic, and philosophical.
Definitely. Definitely. I think you hit all those points. But what is the main thing that you focus on when doing your poetry? Like what do you really want people to get out of your poetry?
Now that's a beautiful question.
Like your
I,
main message?
I want them to feel seen and heard, and to know that we are all in this human experience together. And whatever
Awesome.
you're going through, I'm going through it right along with you.
Awesome. Now you said you have a birthday coming up, right?
A birthday?
Did you tell me your birthday was coming up?
Oh, my birthday been passed.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm
going on vacation. I'm sorry.
yeah, baby.
But I wanted you to tell the people, like, if you had any type of events coming up, and if so, when and where could we see you perform?
Hmm. No events at the moment.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get some after this interview
But,
because are you more of an open mic type of guy, or do people book you? How do it usually work for you?
well, thankfully this year on Instagram I got an invitation from Wordplay Wednesdays because they saw what I was
Yes.
on Instagram, and that's how that came about.
I like Wordplay Wednesday. I feel like that the whole name of it, Wordplay Wednesday, it's like when you walk in there, And you can't really, when I came, I thought it was they were going to be doing like game night. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the hell I thought. But when I first went, I came late and then everybody was gone. That's the first time I went, but I was there to play a game. Like, I didn't really know it was like open poetry night. But shout out to Wordplay Wednesday. They want me to get on stage. I'm gonna get on stage one of these days. I don't know. I feel like I have more. My poetry is like hurtful. Like it's like it comes from a more of a healing place of hurt.
I feel that.
So it's pretty deep. So I tell when they say they want me to perform, I'm like, do you really want me to perform, or do because you might not look at me the same. Like the same. I rap too, but I won't rap, in public or anything because you won't look at me the same. You have a whole different B. I'll be Miss B forever. I won't be B or Brandy or none of that shit. But anyway, enough about me. Let's go. So another question, straight into it. What does poetry mean to you? Meaning, what is your meaning of poetry?
Ooh, now that's a great question. To me, it is a special feature in getting to know the world deeper through the use of imagery, words, emotions, and rhythmic style of speaking.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys, don't forget to follow him on YouTube at the Heart of Kahari, you guys. That QR code up there is his YouTube channel, okay? And it's very touching. Trust me. You're well beyond. How old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
I knew you were young as hell. I knew it. It's like all the younger people nowadays. They are so far beyond their, the normal way of thinking. That me at 29, I was the same, but it took me a while to grow.
Right.
Your mindset is that you're of like a 45, 50-year-old man.
Thank you.
Like, for real. And that's not old, you guys out there. 50 is not old, okay? But you have a well-established mind. I like the way you do poetry. I like the way that you focus on the poetry and you don't really focus on, like, a lot of people I see on social media nowadays, they more so focus on the likes and the followers and the impression of it. You just give it to them. So I like that. And you let people decide if they like it or not. So I like that about your poetry.
Thank you.
It actually touches me a lot. All right, next question. What is your goal with poetry? Meaning, how far do you want to go with this? What's your next plan?
Well, recently I discovered that there is a Grammy for spoken word artists. The artist J.I.V., he was featured on Kanye West's College Dropout album, Let You Down. And he actually won Best Spoken Word Poet. And to me, that inspired me to be a poet. I had no idea that there's a category for just poets strictly. Because a lot of poets, we get confused for rappers, but there's a difference. Rap, which is rhythm and poetry, they're more on the melodic, on sounding good. But with poetry, we're more focused on the words. Poetry is more conversational. Hip hop is more melodic.
Now, would you say that poetry is more informational nowadays than rap?
Yes, it's definitely a lot more.
I didn't have to ask that question because, no offense to anybody, music is music, but I do agree that, back in the day we could relate to poetry with rap, but nowadays it's like,
it's just vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Vibe. That's all. It doesn't have to have a meaning. It's just a fucking vibe. But anyway, you guys, there's the difference between rap and poetry, especially in today's world. So thank you for putting that out there for us. All right, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with your poetry? And I'm going to manifest it for you.
Ms. B?
Yes?
I wanted to get one more answer to your question before the last question.
Got you. I still got 2 more. I got a couple more.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, though.
I also want to translate all the poetry that I've been doing in video form to a book.
You should do that. You definitely should make like an audio book or something. I would buy that on Amazon.
Thank you so much.
Like for real, for real. I was just thinking about that, just listening to like your sound. Because you remember in school when you used to have those books with the headphones and with the
Right.
tape and you have to listen to the book through the headphones and stuff. That's what I was thinking about when I was listening to your poetry. The one that you had with just the blackout. That's what it makes me think of. Like I got on my headphones and I'm like meditating and
Yeah.
I'm listening to that. Like I would help you make an app for that.
Well, thank you so much, Miss B.
Like I think that's an awesome idea, you guys. Like you put what you love into perspective to make it work for you. I will buy it. So definitely put that out there. All I ask is for 2%. I help you do whatever you want to do. But I would definitely listen to that. All right. Next question for you. Most people I know that do poetry a lot. Oh, you did that one. You said you do. What is one of your favorite poems, and can you recite a little of it today? And what inspired you?
Mm. Whew. Ah, so many, so
I
much.
know. I know. I
Oh,
don't mean to put people on the spot, but this is me, and they're getting to know you personally before they listen to your poetry.
oh, my composition book.
You gotta get out your composition book. Hey, that's fine. We'll wait. Let's see how much time we got. We got time.
We got time?
We got a little time.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to know like what inspires you the most. Like I have like when you can I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but I've done a little poetry on the podcast, but you probably can't see. You could tell it's poetry, but like I said, it's hurtful poetry.
Mm.
And my inspiration came from, like I said, a hurtful situation. And it started off as just me writing in a journal and not trying to like rhyme or anything, but I was just writing my feelings down. And when I spoke it out loud, it sounded like a poem. So that's how I started writing poetry, you know? And I just want to know what inspired you to start writing poetry and what is one of your favorite poems?
Are you familiar with the show Deaf Poetry Jam?
Deaf? No, I never heard of that. Like Deaf Comedy Jam, they have a Deaf Poetry Jam?
Yeah, it's like a 2000s series. You should check it out. Most Def hosted it.
Where can I watch it at?
YouTube, just type in Deaf Poetry Jam, and a bunch of poems will come up.
Oh, I'm gonna look that up. Who was one of your favorite poets?
There's this poet. His name is Shihan the Poet.
Shihan. I think I heard of him.
Heard of him? Yeah, he's real nice.
I think I've heard of him. That's awesome. Well, if you don't want to recite us a poem today, we will. Will you do one in the future for us?
Okay.
Okay. And whenever you have something planned, be sure to inbox me first so I can promote it for my people. Okay. Because I'm sure they're going to want to be looking out for you and they're going to want to know about that book.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be asking you about that as well. I definitely, like I said, I can help you with that. I had another question. Will you, now this is something I started because I started doing this during the summer of 2020 when the kids were at home and stuff. Like taking on kids as far as, as a mentor with different things that I do. A lot of kids out here, some kids, they have a lot of things to do, but a lot of kids out here, they just want to grasp to something. They want to know what can they do, what's new for them to do. Everything is just based on what my parents want me to go to college and, figure out what I want to do. But we have a new generation. We have podcasts. Like we're everything is on social media now. So I'm taking on kids as interns, whether they're in elementary, middle school, high school, or whatever. And if they want to know about podcasts, I'm going to start introducing it to these younger kids so they can be able to have an outlet. And I'm going to do that on Fridays for some kids. But I wanted to know, like, is that something that you would consider taking a child up under your wing as a mentor?
As a mentor, absolutely.
because I do work with a lot of kids, and some of them probably say, "I don't give a damn about poetry," but they don't, they don't know until they're used to it, you know,
Absolutely.
because it
Mhm.
is like I work with a lot of kids that are sex trafficking victims, foster kids, kids that have been in foster care all their lives, kids that's been battered, abused, all kind of stuff, and they're all are finding negative outlets, and I'm just trying to create positive outlets for them, whether it's with me, whether it's with someone else, but I'll put these kids with these certain people, brother, little brother kind of type of thing, kind of like it's with me. You feel me? And I get it signed off and agreed with the whatever facility that's with or whatever. But I am asking a lot of people if they're interested in doing that. Like if I was to come, you was like, Miss B, what the hell? What, you just dropped the child off with me? I want to get confirmation, because I feel like poetry is a positive outlet.
It is.
I tell kids that it's just like writing in your journal. That's how I started, just writing a journal and talking out loud. And it was really me expressing my feelings.
Yeah.
So if you're open to that, I have some kids. You have to tell me. I'm not trying to throw anything on you, but closed mouth don't get fed. I feel like you're a good stand-up guy,
Thank you.
and I feel like, the youth could learn from men like that. I don't know if you have kids or not, but if you don't, this could be good practice. What do you
I definitely, I'm up for it.
Yeah, because like even if
Or
you have like shows, it could just be, hey, you have a show tonight. Can I drop off John to come sit with you at your show? John might try to run away, but if it's interesting, he might stay. But I'm just trying to find them a positive way to connect with people, and learn from adults in a positive way. A lot of these kids have learned they've been in negative environments and situations all their lives. So I don't mean to change the topic, but that's my personal life. I'm asking everybody that gets on here, you're gonna be a part of this, okay? We're gonna have a foundation soon, okay? I'm working on it. But yes, but I don't have any more questions. If you have any questions you want to ask me, I'm free to answer whatever.
Have a poem I like to recite.
Oh, let's go. Look at you. You found your composition book. It look like my composition book. Thick. You probably already got I guarantee you already got your audio book together.
Pretty much.
You got it down. You just got to put it in that book form. I'm pretty sure you do.
100%.
All right, you guys, let's listen to this.
Okay. And it's going to be very short and sweet. It's something you could put on a Hallmark card.
Okay, look, and just another thing you should do.
I know, right? That's a great industry.
Look at that. We're just throwing out all kind of ideas today. Look at that. Come on. All right, I'm listening. Ready.
This poem is called Before Anything Else. You make every day feel like the 14th of February. I love the ordinary feel extraordinary. You are the center of my universe. Everything else comes secondary.
Awesome. That is like a Hallmark card. Look at you. We got to go in business together. Where your mom at? Was that your mother that I met? Was that your mother that I met last time?
Oh, yeah, that's my mom.
She was so young. Like, she's so pretty. Everybody was like, that's his girlfriend. I said, no, I think that's his mom. because black don't crack. I don't know how old she is, but she like she in her 20s.
Yeah, she's
so in her, be like her when I get older.
Right.
Is she your manager? She probably be a good manager. She's such a people person.
Right.
Yes, but tell her that Miss B gave you the idea. No, I didn't. But no, I would love to see that happen for you though. And I would help you with whatever you would want me to help you with, because I feel like your voice, and anybody that's have a voice and willing to express themselves and put themselves out there truthfully, honestly, motivational wise, I feel like you should be somebody that people go to. You know, you should have a book out there. You should have an audio card or whatever. Like, you have a phenomenal voice and it shouldn't be hidden. Not that you're hiding it because you're very powerful. You know. But before we go, once again, tell the people where to follow you at. And like I said, if you don't have any events coming up right now, you will. So go ahead and tell the people where to follow you at and how they can reach you.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. And you all can follow me on YouTube at Kahari the Poet. And you all also can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at The Heart of Kahari.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for an awesome show today. And I hope to have you back. And we're going to do an in-person interview after this one.
I'm
Okay.
totally.
So you go on vacation, you come back, we're going to work on some stuff. And we're going to talk about that audiobook. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, until then, Kahari, you have a blessed and beautiful day. And thank you for coming on Vybez Radio Show podcast. Until next time.
Till next time.
Peace
Peace.
out. And yes, you guys, that was Kahari. I love his poetry, you guys. I don't know if you really know about him or not, but he has some amazing poetry. If you need him on a soundtrack, if you need him in a movie, if you need him in a book, whatever, go follow him. Like he said, The Heart of Kahari, you guys, on Instagram and YouTube. He's also on TikTok. He's on Facebook, Kahari Young. Don't forget, you guys, and you see this QR code at the bottom right here. It says book your interview in person. Right now, I'm doing in-person interviews for $25 all the way up until the end of the month, you guys. After that, it goes back up to $50, you guys. And we do pull up to your location of your, and that's that. So until next time, you guys, this is Vybez Radio Show, and it's your girl, Miss B. Peace out. Until next time.